October greetings, Knickerbockers, associates, and friends. If we aren't acquainted already, my name is Lindsay Mulholland, also known as Lindsay Loves History. I'm a historian and I give tours and create exhibits at 12 museums throughout New York City. For the Knickerbocker chapter, I'm the corresponding secretary as well as the American History and Flag of the USA chair, among other appointments for the New York State Society. This is your Knickerbocker American History Committee Minute. This month, we'll be focusing on the American Revolution during the month of October, as well as sprinkling in a few dates here and there for New Netherlands. As our guest speaker for October 2020, we'll speak on the subject as well. So join me as we explore these dates in chronological order. It may encourage you to know that many of these dates focus on battles local to our own New York City. If you weren't so keen on memorizing dates in history class, I encourage you to imagine the landscapes of New York and New Jersey, the weather, the work, the strife, creaking wooden battleships, the smell of gunpowder on the battlefield, the time it took for this news to make its way back across the ocean to King George III, and all the particular circumstances of the individuals involved. Let's get started. On October 10th, 1664, the English gained control of the Dutch Fort Casimir near modern-day Newcastle, Delaware. October 23rd, 1776, in New York City, George Washington, ahead of the advancing British forces of General Howe, evacuates his main force from Manhattan Island, leaving a garrison to man Fort Washington in Upper Manhattan as they march north to White Plains. October 18th, 1776, the Battle of Pell's Point, also known as the Battle of Pelham, took place in what is now Pelham Bay Park, near a giant split rock, literally, the Split Rock Golf Course and Pelham Bay Golf Course in the Bronx. So October 4th and 5th, 1777, Battle of Germantown, Pennsylvania, just outside of Philadelphia. You should visit Cliveden, it's really great. The battle begins favorably for the American forces, but the British Army, led by Howe, kills 700 of Washington's men to a British loss of only 534. October 17th, 1779, Washington leads the Continental Army back to its winter quarters in Morristown, New Jersey. Both Jockey Hollow and Ford's Mansion, Washington's Morristown headquarters, are now National Park Service sites you can visit today, where the soldiers suffer through a much harsher winter than at Valley Forge. Low morale, low supplies, desertions, and attempt at mutiny plague the American forces. October 7th, 1780, after his conviction as a spy, British Major John Andre is hanged for his role in the treason of Benedict Arnold. Andre is captured wearing civilian clothes, and Americans deny his rights to be treated as a prisoner of war. You can visit the old 76 house in Tappan, New York, where these events took place. An 18th century modern-day tavern, the location was where John Andre was held before he was hanged, and a short walk from the 76th house still stands a monument where Andre was originally buried, though 100 years later he was exhumed and reinterred in Westminster Abbey in England. October 19th, 1781, the Siege of Yorktown ends with British surrender of General Cornwallis, whose 8,000 men lay down their arms. This event spells the end of British hopes of victory in America. Thank you! This has been your Knickerbocker American History Committee Minute.